Hey you guys, a lot of you guys asked me to do a Q&A video. I am going to just go to my Instagram and pull up you guys' questions and go from there. I hope you don't mind. There was way more questions than I thought there was going to be. It's just easier for me to read them. The first one is from Staff It's Ginny. Hey Shannon, I love you so much. You are my favorite YouTuber. Like, oh, that's so sweet. And I wanted to know when your movie will be out. So we've been working on our movie. It should be out around Halloween time. Allie Kins, 24, asked, how old were you when you lost your virginity? I was 14 years old. The next question is from Becky Carlson, and she asks, how old are you and Travis? I am 28 years old, and Travis is 36 years old. Truck and Barbie asks, do you and Travis watch porn together? How are you okay with him watching it? Like, how does it not make you sad? So Travis and I, surprisingly, we don't watch porn together. I guess for me, like, it's kind of weird to watch my friends, like, on camera and, like, try to get off to that. I don't know, like, you probably don't know what I mean because your friends are probably not in all of the porn videos that you see. And if he watches porn, I don't know about, he doesn't tell me. I mean, I don't think he does. He might, but if he did, it wouldn't really bother me. Our sex life is pretty awesome, so I don't really have any complaints there. Kitty Kitchen 5 asks, how tall are you? I am 5'3". Gar2357 asks, how do y'all survive if neither of you work? And do y'all plan to get married or have kids? That's a great question. How do we survive if neither one of us work? Well, we actually do work. As you guys know, I still do print modeling, so I make money off of that, and then I also get residuals from my porn website. Travis owns a home and he rents it out, so he makes money off of that, and right now he is on unemployment until he gets a new job. That's how we survive. We still have money, and we have a savings account with money in the bank, so we're okay right now. And as far as if we plan on getting married and having kids, yes, we do plan on getting married, and we would like to have 2 children. Amberly899 asks, what are some things you would like to do now that you moved out of LA? Are you and Travis planning on having children? You would make great parents. Thank you so much, Amberly, for saying that. That's really sweet. What are some things that we would like to do now that we moved out of LA? Well, we moved out of LA because we love to water ski and snowboard, and there is a lake very close to us, FOLSOM Lake, and then also Lake Tahoe is really close for snowboarding, so those are the things that we plan to do most, is go do extreme sports because that's what we like to do. And yes, of course, we're planning on having children. Melissa Williams asks, I would like to know how you told your parents you were doing porn and how well they took it. Well, at first I didn't tell them because I thought they would be mad at me. So I didn't really say anything for a while. I kind of kept it a secret for a short amount of time. And then finally, I'm really close with my mom, or I was at that time. I still am, but like I was more close to my mom than my dad at that point. So I ended up telling my mom. I said, Mom, I have to tell you something. And she was like, okay, what? And this was over the phone. And I was like, I do porn. And she was like, I was wondering where you were getting all that money from. I figured you must be doing something of that nature. So she was actually really like a lot cooler with it than I thought she was going to be. And she just said, you know, as long as you're being safe and you're saving your money and you're not getting yourself into trouble, and everything that you're doing is legal, then, you know, that's fine. I support you, whatever makes you happy. That was nice. That's how she took it. And then my dad, I don't really remember how I told my dad, but my dad's pretty cool about it. He actually like came to a porn convention with me. Yeah, I know it's weird, but anyways, he's pretty cool about it. So my parents are pretty cool. And my family's really cool about all of it. Like, I'm so lucky. Julianne asks, what is your favorite thing about making YouTube videos? Love you, Shannon. Julianne, I love you too. And my favorite thing about making YouTube videos is I think being able to like express myself in ways that I probably wouldn't be able to like otherwise. It's almost kind of like therapy because I'm able to like talk about my feelings, and I'm able to like share my life journey with everybody and find people that are also like can relate to me in life situations. And I think there's so many reasons, I can't just pick one, but like my favorite one is being able to make friends all over the world that I would have never been able to meet or know. So that's probably my favorite thing. Makeup artist, sorry, asks, what is your favorite makeup brand? Since you eat vegan, does this make a change in your cosmetic routine? That's a great question. My favorite makeup brand is really hard because I like so many of them, but as far as like a vegan makeup brand, I think Lime Crime is one of my favorite because I love their lipsticks. They're just like fun and bright and cool looking. And does it make a change in my cosmetic routine? Well, yes, it does. I try to avoid buying products that are tested on animals. The makeup I still have, I'm not going to throw away. I'm going to use it until it's like empty or whatever, but from now on and in the future, I will only buy cruelty-free products. Jared Russo 1 asks, what made you decide to be a vegan? And do you have any certain schedules for being cooked vegan or fully raw? I decided to go vegan when I found out that I was allergic to meat and dairy. I'm really allergic to dairy, and I'm allergic to like a bunch of other things too, like crazy things like mushrooms and cranberries and pecans. Once I found out I was allergic to all these things, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go vegan. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this for a week and I'll see how it goes. I tried it for that week and I never went back, and I've been vegan now for 8 months, and I did a lot of research about it when I first started to make sure like I was going to be healthy and get all the nutrition I needed, and I found out a lot of things that are going on in the food and beverage industry that I had like no idea about, and it kind of made me sick to my stomach, and so now I really just don't want to eat those things. As far as going like being cooked vegan or fully raw vegan, I've tried like different things. I tried doing fully raw. That's really hard, but I never felt better in my life when I did fully raw. And then I did like raw till 4, which is also pretty hard. So right now I'm kind of just like eating vegan, not really concerning myself too much with raw or raw till 4. As long as it's vegan, I'll eat it. Alicia333 asks, is there a story behind why you get panic attacks? I love you. I love you too, Alicia. You know, I wish I knew why I got panic attacks. I like to think that it's because of the car accident that I was in when I was younger, because I never had them before that car accident. I think like coming to like almost dying a few times, and probably like all the drugs I did when I was younger probably played a huge part in that. I think that's why I get them. Started getting them at 17 and I've had them ever since, and they really suck. Anybody that has them, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that, because that is just a shitty thing. Lauren Elizabeth asks, do you regret anything you've done in your life? Do you regret anything you've put on the internet, and why? Love you. Oh, I'm feeling so much love on my Instagram right now. I love you guys so much. Thank you for saying that. Do I regret anything I've done in my life? Well, there's a lot of things that I once regretted doing. Then I learned that I'm kind of glad that I did those things, because I've learned from my mistakes. And I think that as long as you learn from your mistakes and you don't do them again, then it's kind of hard to regret them. I think hopefully that answers your question. And then is there anything that I've put on the internet that I regret putting up? Well, porn was a big one. Years back, I really regretted doing porn at one point in my life, because I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able, like no one's ever going to want to marry me. No one is ever going to want to hire me for like a real job, all these different things. And then, you know, I grew up and I realized like, I don't regret what I've done. It's made me into the person that I am. I want to, if I ever work for another company, which I probably never will, because I like to work for myself, I want them to accept me for who I am as a person. And I did that. That was me. And if they don't like it, then they don't need to be in my life, and I don't need to be in their life. So hopefully that answers your question. Staff It's Ginny says, what made you make a YouTube channel? I had wanted to make a YouTube channel for a really long time, but never like really did it. And then my sisters were like, you should teach makeup, like you're so good at it. And so I decided to make some makeup tutorials. People had asked me to make different videos, and then I just kind of like fell in love with it, and it's something I really enjoy doing. So that's how I ended up making a YouTube channel. Emily says, please pick my question. It would mean the world to me. What started your YouTube? Did you desire to make one, or was there a reason? I love you, Channon Rose. Aw, Emily, I love you too. Thank you so much. I think I just answered your question because someone asked it right above you. Basically, my sisters kind of convinced me to make this YouTube channel, and I'm really glad that they did. Stephanie Lynn asks, what do you think is your biggest inspiration in life? Who do you look up to the most? And also, how did you meet Travis? That's a really hard one. I think everybody is my biggest inspiration. I think that I get inspiration from everyone. There's not just like one specific person that I'm like, oh my gosh, like they inspire me so much. I think I just like get to know different people, meet different people in my family, people that I know, like I talk to them, they can inspire me. So I hope that answers your question. Who do I look up to the most? I think my mom. She is such a strong human, like the strongest person I've ever met in my life. I wish that someday I can be just like her. And how did I meet Travis? Travis and I met on Match.com, for anybody that didn't know that already. We seriously met on Match.com. Mrs. Deline 1 says, do you and Travis want to have kids someday? So I decided to bring Travis in for this one because so many of you guys asked if Travis and I wanted to get married or plan on getting married and having kids, and so I was gonna let him answer.
Yes, and yes.
Okay, there you go. Ashley Linville says, do you have any tips on staying organized and on top of schoolwork? Thank you so much. Love you. I love you too, Ashley Linville. Say you get like a homework assignment, manage your time, get like an organizer, a planner or whatever, and be very smart with your times. If you get something, like a homework assignment, do it like as soon as you get home. Just try to do everything that you can ASAP. That way a bunch of things don't pile up and then you're like, oh, F myself, my life. Like, it's Friday night, I want to go hang out with my friends and I have all this homework to do because I waited last minute. So I guess my main thing is don't procrastinate. Get as much done, right when you get your assignments or your work. Hopefully that answers your question. David Lingel asks, was it weird being the only vegan in the family? Like, were you afraid of telling them because you thought they'd think it's all stupid? Yes, David, I did. At first, I was a little hesitant about telling them because I didn't want them to like make fun of me. Now, my sister and my mom have actually gone vegan, and my boyfriend's also gone vegan now because I have, and I think that I've inspired them. So yes, it was hard at first, but I'm so glad that I did it, and I told them, where do I see myself in 10 years? Ooh, I hate these questions because I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Hopefully happy. I was gonna say successful, but I think that falls into the happiness category. As long as I'm happy, I don't really care where I am in 10 years. I just want to be happy. Jay Lapadura asked, have you ever dated any of the men that you did porn with? No, I did not. I had a rule that I did not date guys I worked with. Natalie Pina 15, did you graduate? How old are you? What is your favorite mascara? Did I graduate? I'm wondering if you're asking if I graduated from high school. Yes, I did graduate from high school. Did I graduate from college? I never really did like the 4-year college thing. I did I went to nursing school, but I never finished that. But I did graduate from like EMT school and phlebotomy school, so yeah, technically. How old am I? I'm 28. My favorite mascara right now is that Manga mascara. Ugh, I love it. Becca Clothing 111 asks, why did you leave the porn industry, Shannon? Do you have a completely different outlook on life now? Is this why you are so happy today? I left the porn industry because I was kind of like done with porn. Like, it was super fun for me, and then I got like kind of bored of it. So when I get bored of something, I have to do something different, or I'm not happy with what I'm doing. If I'm not happy with what I'm doing, then I don't do a good job at it. I think that's one of the main reasons, and also 8 years is a really long time to be in porn, and I just wanted to do something different. I'm so happy because I learned about The Secret and the Law of Attraction, and it's literally changed my life. At Allie's, I don't know how to pronounce this, what is the hardest thing about being vegan? What is the best thing about the porn industry? Would you ever go blonde again? Because you look beautiful as one. Oh, thank you. And you guys asked a lot of questions. The hardest thing about being vegan, I think, is in the beginning. You're so used to eating like cheese. I think that's the hardest part, is just at the beginning, getting over all of that, like those cravings. What was the best thing about being in the porn industry? I was able to save a lot of money and make a lot of money. Would you ever go blonde again? Yeah, I would totally go blonde again. Haley Howe says, do you have any tips on managing or investing your money when you're young? Save your money. There's a part of me that says money is meant to be spent, go spend it and have fun. And there's another part of me that says, you want to be smart and invest some of your money. So what I like to do personally is I like to say I got a $1,000 check. I'm going to take 500 of it and put it away in a savings account, and the other 500 of it I will go do something fun with. Open up like Roth IRA accounts, saving accounts, something that can, like stocks and bonds, that aren't very risky or whatever. Also, if you can and you have enough money, invest in real estate. That is always a really good one too. So yeah. Anna Kreber says, how long have you been together with Travis, and do you want to have children? Travis and I have been together almost 2 years now, and yes, we would like to have children. Anna Forbreg D asks, what is your best memory? Like, what was being a teenager like for you? And you are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you for calling me pretty. I think that my best memory was before I was 8 years old. When my parents were still together, I was like the happiest child ever. So I think those are my favorite memories. What was it like being a teenager? I was the worst teenager ever. Like, I was in and out of mental hospitals. I was sent away to like rehab schools, and I was just like an awful teenager. A lot of family problems and issues and stuff. So my teenager years were nothing I want to remember. Lake Christensen asked a couple questions. Some of them I've already answered, but one of them was good. If your house was on fire, what 3 things would you take with you? I think if my house was on fire, what 3 things I would take with me would be like pictures, because those are like, for me at least, they're irreplaceable. Some of the pictures I have are not like saved to my computer. That's another one. My computer I would take, because my pictures and videos are on my computer. My boyfriend or my cat, whatever one I had to grab. I'm guessing Travis is already outside the house, so like the cat probably. If I had to live in another country, what would it be? I don't want to live in another country, but if I had to live in another country, probably Canada, because they have like good health insurance, or they have like free health insurance, I think it is. They're kind of like the United States, closest to the United States. Kelly Jelly Bear asks what to expect when losing your virginity. It was so long ago. Probably you would want to ask that to somebody probably younger than me. They probably remember, like their memory is probably more refreshed than mine would be at 28 since I lost mine at 14. Hey Vita Bella, who is amazing, love that girl so much, asks what made you quit doing porn, which I've already answered that question, and how do you stay so positive all the time? I love it. It's kind of like an exercise with your brain that like you have to constantly work at it. You know what I mean? You have to work at trying to, like the second that you start to feel negative, you tell yourself, I don't want to feel negative, and you start thinking positive things. So the second that I start to feel negative or have negative thoughts, I like instantly think of positive things and happy things and things that make me like smile. That's how I stay positive. I just have trained myself to have my brain work that way. I hope that makes sense. My Life 2K14 asks, what is your best accomplishment on your YouTube channel? Probably being able to make so many friends and be able to help people, be able to help other people. That I think is one of my biggest accomplishments. Makes me the proudest, is knowing that I've helped other people. Channon Rose fan page, which I think is so awesome that someone made a fan page of me, right? Who or what inspired you to start making YouTube videos? Are you planning on doing any meetups soon? And when is your movie coming out? What inspired me to do my YouTube videos was my sisters. Are you planning on doing any meetups soon? I don't know how that works. Can someone please explain it to me down below? Because I feel like the only people I know that have had meetups are people with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I have like 7,000 or something, so I'm not really sure how that works with somebody that's maybe not as big as some of the other YouTubers. And when is my movie coming out? Or it should be coming out around Halloween time. Miranda Arion asks, where do you get your inspiration for most of your artwork? I love painting, and watching your apartment tour and seeing your artwork or your art wall surely inspired me. Oh, thank you, Miranda. That's really cool. My art wall right there behind me. I know this sounds like so cheesy, but whenever in my heart, like I feel like I need to paint, I get my art supplies out and I just start painting. And I don't really think ever or have like a plan in my head of what I'm going to paint. I know that's weird because people like are like, oh, I'm gonna paint this today. I don't work that way. I just start painting, and then whatever ends up there ends up there. If that makes sense. Well, that is it. I love you too. Irene said I love you. Thank you. I love you. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for asking me all these questions and being interested in my life. I hope that I was able to answer everyone's questions. That's why this video is so long, is because I literally answered everybody's questions. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.